So hi everyone, my name is Sandeep. Welcome to my channel Techie-S. So today we are going to learn about actually the data center cooling systems. If you have seen my previous video, in the previous video I had told you regarding that what kind of the cooling systems in the data centers, mean how the cooling system works in the data center. That was the working, okay, how the servers and network infrastructure, the other infrastructure is there, and how the cooling system works in the data centers. But today we will learn about the cooling systems data center, what kind of the cooling systems are running in the data center. So these are basically the kind of the cooling systems which are running in the data center. So we will learn about these cooling systems, that how these cooling systems work in the data center and what kind of the cooling systems are in the data center. So let's start this video. Before starting this, please subscribe my channel and like my channel, all this, so that you can also get all the updates on time. So it is my request to please subscribe my channel to learn more about the data center, that how data center works, what kind of the infrastructure, how the the other component equipment works in the data center. So my all videos are regarding this data center operations. So let's start with the cooling systems. So we are talking about the data center cooling systems. Data center cooling systems. So if I talk about the data center cooling system, so there are actually the 6 type of the cooling systems in the data centers. Okay, those basically totally depends upon the data center size. So there are 6 types of the cooling systems. CS means cooling systems. So we will learn about this 6 type of the cooling systems in the data center, that how these cooling systems work. So this is one of the you can say the very much one of the most interesting and big thing that I am going to tell you, because we all people are on the social media. We are running Instagram, we are running YouTube, we are running Facebook, but you should also know that what kind of the infrastructure is running behind of this. Okay, you must have the knowledge of all those things. Okay, so this is my this channel's main motive is to to let you know what is the infrastructure that is running in the data centers. So we will learn about this 6 type of the cooling systems in the data center which are running. So next I am writing the first cooling system. So first cooling system in the data center is actually, if I talk about, its name is CRAH. It's a short form. It's mean computer room air handler. Computer room air handler. So this is one kind of the cooling system. Okay, it's one kind of the cooling system which works in the data center. So now what is the meaning of this cooling system? So generally what happens, this computer room air handler system is widely used in the data center where chilled water is readily available, and this computer room air handler unit works by drawing in the warm air from the data center and passing it through the cooling coil, okay, containing the chilled water. The cooled air is then circulated back into the room. The key advantage of this system is that they can be used with precious cooling and maintain the temperature and humidity level consistently. So this type of the system works here like this. Okay, so generally what happens actually, so we will understand this through a graph. Okay, so what happens here, so this is the example actually of this the computer room air handler. So you can see actually this is basically one of the cooling system actually, and there is the actually the water here. we can see like a chilled water. For example, if you have seen the example, if you have seen in the previous in the person who are belongs to the 2000 and 2001 2000, we have the coolers at our home. So what we generally use those coolers, we just fill the water in that cooler, and on the three side of the cooler there is one of the grass, what do you say, that grass mat is there, and there is inside of the one motor in the cooler, and those pick the water and and wet those all the grass, three side of the grass. Okay, and whenever cooler run, actually the cooler actually take the cold air from the outside, means when it inflow the air, so it take the cold air from the outside and throw the cold air on the person who is sitting in front of the cooler. So this mechanism is like a same system. You can see this is one of the cooling system where I am clicking. So here what is happening, the hot air, this red is the hot air when this is the cold, actually this is totally wet. The cold water is passing through this area. So when actually there is actually this hot air is passing through it, then it is going chill, and when on the you can see this blue arrows, it is going to chill and it's supplying the air inside of the data center. Same when it is coming back on the side, you can see the hot air is coming to that this again this chilled what say this chilled, this equipment is there, so it is passing through it and supplying the cold air inside of the data center. So this is generally working this type of the cooling system. So this is one of the best method actually. So what is actually there is one of the optimization of the your this much electricity and optimization of your AC consumption. So this cooling system is also known as the best system, but this is generally for the small data center, medium scale data center. But on the big data center, these big units are there, big cooling systems are there. Okay, so this system works like this. So you can see. Okay, so this is the example of our this CRAH, computer room air handler. So it is handling basically air, that hot air, actually the hot air here, the hot air is passing through one of, you can say there is one like a jolly kind of the thing. Okay, the hot air is passing through it and it is chilled with the chilled water. This is totally chilled when the hot air is passing through it. So this air is here getting cooled. This air is getting cold, and then after it is supplying to the further. So this kind of this system is working as we shown in that this image, that the image I show you that image. That so it is working like this. So this is one kind of the the cooling system, one of the working in the data center. Okay, I hope you people have understood. Okay, you can also search on the internet, you can do more study on this if you want to understand this more. Okay, further you can also comment on my channel, my YouTube channel. I will make you clear more those things. So now we are going to our next number 2 cooling systems. Okay, so number 2 cooling system is that computer room air conditioner. So it is generally we call as a short form CRAC. It is computer room air conditioner. Computer room air conditioner. So generally what happens in the computer room air conditioner, actually generally in this area the ACs are inside of the data center. Okay, So how this works actually, the computer room air conditioner is more traditional cooling system used in many older data centers generally. So it works similarly to a standard air conditioning system, using like a refrigerator to cool the air which is the circulated within the room. While CRC units are effective, so they may not be as energy efficient as newer systems. They are however highly reliable and widely available, making them a common choice of the smaller and legacy data center. So generally, we can say these computer room air conditioners are like, for example, I show you again that example. So it is just like this. We can say like this. These are like a cooler systems are there, these which are the cooled AC. So when small data centers are there, there are 1 or 2 racks. So these type of the cooler actually placed inside your data center, and these are actually cooling down all the servers and racks. Okay, so what generally they are taking, generally taking the hot air from here, and it is again then cooling. Then if they are from here, they are leaving the cold air. So these type of the cooling systems inside of the like a computer room air conditioning, there is this type of the systems. One more example is there, if we can take for example like this. Okay, so you can see what is happening here. These are my all racks, these are my PAC here. So what is happening? Simple, there is no containment zone, nothing is there. They are just leaving the cold air from the downside. Server is taking the cold air, and from the upper side you can see the red arrow, they are taking the hot air. So this process is continuously like this, round and round. From here it is going here, and this is from the back side of the server. There is a hot air is being left. After then it is going into the PAC. Then again you can see here it is coming as a cold air. Okay, so this process continues like this. So this is one of the we can say like a computer room air conditioner. This is one of the you can say like a cooling mechanism or cooling system used in the data center. Okay, so this, as I told you, this is a different like there are small data center, medium scale data center, large scale data center. So every data center has their different requirement. So whenever we study in the data center what kind of the data center we are going to implement, in our next video I will also tell you how many types of the data centers. Okay, so in that you will understand this thing. So according to when there is the capacity planning is done as per the perspective of infrastructure, and as well as the AC capacity planning and the other electrical capacity planning, what kind of the, so these all things are planned during that. Okay, so this is one kind of the example of that AC cooling systems. So I hope you people are understood. Again I am telling here, for example, if this is your DC, okay, this is your server rack, and just beside of the server rack there will be your one of the PAC unit. Okay, PAC unit. Okay, so what is happening here, the hot air is coming, it is going here and it is cooling down, and then after its cool air is going here like this, and this rack is taking the cold air. Again this is going here, the hot air is coming. So this process continue like this, this process keeps on continuing like this. Okay, so this is our second cooling systems. Okay, so now we are going to the third one. So my third cooling system is actually the calibrated vector units. Okay, we call it as a, you can say like a CVU in the short form. It's calibrated vector units. So what is this basically calibrated vector units actually? So these CVUs are actually one of the, you can say like an advanced form of the airflow management. This system precisely direct cooled air towards the equipment that generates the most heat. Using this system to reduce the energy waste, CVUs are highly efficient and offer the superior cooling control compared to the general room AC based, which are the general ACs. So these target approach helps actually to minimize the energy and use and ensure that critical equipment remains within the safe temperature range, and particularly useful for the high density of the server environment. So these calibrated vector units are generally, these are basically high efficient, the cooling system is there. So we understand this through the image. So the cooling vector system is like this. This is like this. So you can see what is happening here. Actually, you can see there are outer units here, or outer units, and there is one pump, means cooling tower is there, one cooling pump is there. So it is pumping the air in the outdoor units. So what is in the outdoor unit, you can see there is one return fan is there who is taking the the hot air. Then after there, air is passing through one multiple channels. Okay, then pump is sending that air into the duct. You can see this yellow one, the yellow duct is there. Okay, and every employee or everyone is sitting here, or inside of the data center also, those duct will be, for example, you consider this person as a rack. So duct will be there, and this air will directly pass through the duct onto the rack. So you can see there is this blue line you can see it is sending that air into the RA, where is mentioned RA. So this is generally the air is coming in the cooled. Okay, and this pump is supplying the fan through the duct, and through the duct it is sending the air into the data center. So like this process actually keeps on continue actually. So the air is coming back, you can say the air is from this yellow duct, there is air is coming, and there is one of the blue duct where is the cold air is coming. So there is one kind of the mixture of the air, little bit hot air, little bit cold air, so that humidity and temperature can be maintained with the both temperatures. Okay, and this process keeps on continuing. There are big motors on the outsides are there in the like you can say roof or at the side of the data center, which keeps on continue and sending this air here and there on the data center. And in the data center generally every rack has their own duct on of the this one the rack, and they generally all the server actually get that air from those ducts, and and the hot air actually then they exhaust from the backside of their fans. So this process keeps on continue like this. So this is one of the, you can say, one of the example of the calibrated vector units, which are actually most power efficient, because there are the you have there for example, if there are multiple PACs and ACs are running inside of the data center or something, so there your light consumption will be more, and those are not much optimized. So this is the one unit which is placed actually one of the outer area, and this also one of the, you can say, efficient, and they have the much cooling capacity, and they can throw a lot of power so that cool down the all the data centers. So this is one of the equipment which is used in the data center to cool down the systems. Okay, so I hope this is understandable. Okay, so this is the calibrated vector units that we have gone through. Okay, so there is one room, again I am telling you, there is one room, and there are actually here is your all that this is CV units are there, but here is one duct is going. So here, like if this is the duct and there is my rack, for example this one, then this is my rack, then this is my rack. So here duct is going, and it is cooling down here like this. Okay, so that air is passing through every rack here, and it is cooling down the infrastructure. So like this CV units works. Okay, so this was my actually third category. Sorry, I forgot to write. So now we are going to the fourth category, that which is my fourth cooling system. So fourth cooling system, if you have seen my last video, we have gone through this fourth cooling system. This is generally we say it as a CA, okay, CA and HA, okay, means cold Asile. We call it as a cold Asile, AISLE, and hot Asile, hot Asile. So this is one of the cooling system which is used in the data center. Now what is this cold Asile and hot Asile? So again I am going to the image for your understanding. So we have seen in our last video, if you have seen, so this is, see, so what is happening here? So this is one of the cold containment zone which we have created. Okay, this is my ACs which are here. So ACs, whatever the hot air is coming, so hot air is going to again to PAC, and PAC on the downside you can say blue line, it is generating the cold air, and there inside of the this inside of this gate there are the perforated tiles. So from that perforated tiles the cold air is coming to here, and after they are taking the cold air, and again they are sending the hot air is again coming to the AC. So this process is keeps on continue on this. So this type of the hot and cold Asile actually containment work. Okay, so we can take one of the another example of this. If we go there and we see cold and hot Asile. We can take one more example like this. Okay, so this is the one of the example we can take here for your understanding. So you can see what is this? This is your data center CRAC. Okay, this is, we can say, like a computer room air conditioning. Okay, so here you can see the blue and cold air is coming. These are my server cabinet, they are taking the cold air, and hot Asile is there. It is they are sending the hot this one data again. They are sending the hot the air, and hot air is on the above side. If you can see my click, again it is going to in the CRAC, and again they are sending to the cold air to the server. So this process actually keeps on continue like this. Okay, and you can see also on the left side where I'm clicking, this is one of the example of the hot and cold Asile. So there again I told you there are the perforated tiles. These are the perforated tiles. You can see my dots. So from here they are taking the cold air. Okay, and the server on the back side leaving the hot air is again going to the PACs, and again it is chilling down that air, and that air is again coming to the this racks. So this process works like this, and this is the flow of that, how it works actually. Okay, so this is my fourth cooling system. It's called cold and hot Asile. Okay, so this is my fourth cooling systems that I work as a cold and hot Asile. Its benefit is what? That your ACs are optimized, efficient. Okay, less electricity, consumption. So these are the benefit of this cold and hot Asile. I hope you all people got it. So now we are going to our next fifth cooling system. So my fifth cooling system is generally direct to the chip cooling. It's called my fifth cooling system, direct to the chip cooling. So now what is this direct to the chip cooling? So generally what happens in the direct to chip cooling, actually this is one of the advanced systems that cools the component directly at the source of the heat production. So actually what is there, actually coolant is delivered directly to the processor or other side of, you can see, the heat generating components, often using this liquid instead of the air. This method is highly efficient as it removes the heat directly from the chip, reducing the need for extensive air-based cooling systems. Direct-to-chip cooling is particularly valuable in the high-performance computing environment, where the traditional cooling systems may struggle to manage the immense heat load. Right? So generally, how this system works. So I give you the example of here of your car. If everyone has the car, today's now technology is very much advanced. In the car engine there is one coolant we use, coolant. Okay, in the car engine you will see there is one box. This box, we fill the coolant on this box, and what happens is this coolant actually, this is the engine of the car. Okay, engine of the car. So this cooling actually moves around all this this engine, then after come back to here. Okay, as a hot coolant, then after it again go to the there is one radiator option is there. Okay, radiator, so it go to the radiator and get cooled down, then again it move to the all car's engine, then again it go there, then again it come to the radiator, and this cool down all the engine. So same process is there. Actually there is a direct cooling system is there. Let's understand this from an image. So this is my image, this image for this. So you can see this is one of the electrical component. You can see there are two pipes, this one and this one. So what is happening, there is one coolant is the product, actually one of the liquid is there. So coolant is getting so cold, and actually it is passing through directly from the chip. You can see these pipes in the chips. So this is going there, then after the it is after this is getting hot, it is coming to here on this pipe, again going to that coolant machine, and again it is getting cold and it is passing through all the electrical components. So what is happening here? Okay, the same funda as I told you that is used in our car. Actually the coolant, same coolant funda is used in the electrical components, but the type of the devices are very much high, big, where this type of the requirement is there. Otherwise generally the AC and the systems works, but this is the actually the device where generally this type of the cooling system, which are actually very much high performing and very high level, you can say they are producing the heat during the work. So in this actually we need the type of the cooling system, direct to chip cooling, to cool down all the that infrastructure, so that for the better performance and efficient working. So these type of the this cooling system works in this direct cooling system. So there is, I can give you one more example. You can see this is one of the example for this. So you can see there is one cooling water supply is there. Okay, the liquid to liquid heat exchanger is there, cooling water return. So this is going here in the heat coolant from the chip. Okay, this is the microchip. So from here you can see the pump, this pump, where is my this pump. So this pump is what doing, this pump is sending this cooled coolant to the microchip, and in this chip it is moving, then after it is getting hot, then it is coming back to this radiator. Okay, then after it is cooling down here again, then it is going to here from this you can say blue arrow, again it is going to the microchip, it is cooling down. So this process is like working like this in this. So this process actually keeps on continue. So this is working like this. So this is the best example of this cooling direct to chip level. Okay, so I hope you people understood that this is the cooling system. So these are actually one of the big data center where this works actually. Okay, these are the general cooling systems which are used in the data center. Okay, now next, now we are going to the last one, which is this our sixth cooling systems. What is that? The sixth cooling system is our closed coupled data center air conditioning unit. It is closed couple, couple data center air conditioning unit. Air conditioning unit. Now, what is this closed coupled data center air conditioning unit? So generally what is happening here in this closed coupled air conditioning units, basically these are designed to be placed near or directly next to the server rack. Okay, I will show you in the image how. So what is the benefit of this? Basically these are reducing the distance that cool air needs to travel. This proximity leads to improved cooling efficiency and lower energy consumption. So closed this coupled units are often used in the conjunction with the cooling system such as CRAH, or you can say like a CRAC, which we read before in the our first and second one, to provide more precise rack specific cooling. And these systems are generally are the ideal for the high density server environment where managing heat output from the specific rack is critical. So you can say like it's like a HVAC chiller type, okay, which are generally used for an excellent option. So you are looking for this air based cooling system. So now what is this actually? This is like a HVAC chiller type, okay, the heat, ventilation and AC cooling. So now we are taking the example of this. Okay, now we are taking the example of this, how these are working. So these are working like this, you can say this. So can you see this? What is this? This is your server rack. On the left side your PAC1, on the right side your PAC2, and there is one fire suppression. So what is happening? So you do not need to place any of these big units of the AC systems or like CRAC, whatever we read before, neither the cold Asile and hot Asile, neither the calibrated vector unit, neither the computer room air conditioner, and neither the computer room air handler. So generally what is happening, these ACs are generally with the rack, server racks. You can see this. So in the server rack actually, these ACs are there inside of this. You do not need to travel, this air do not need to travel to any of the through some pipes or something. There is a rack, you just place the server on the rack, and to the left right the ACs will cool down all the servers and rack inside of it. And from the outer side they will be like a normal, but inside of they will be totally chilled. So these are the closed coupled data center air conditioner units, which are by default are you can say included with the server rack. Actually you can place and you can run your data center and your servers on this. So this is also one of the best actually options. So there actually what is your cost saving? You do not need to place any of the chiller unit or the chiller AC of the outside unit, and you do not need to do any ducting or something. Simple place this and your servers will run smoothly. So this is our sixth data center, the cooling system that works. So one more thing actually, how this actually enhance our efficiency, if we say so these all actually work as one of the, you can say, in the efficient manner. So generally this create one of the you can say effective cooling, and that is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to the data center efficiency. So regular maintenance of the cooling systems, such as those provided by the these 6 cooling systems, they can ensure that your systems are operating at the peak performance and actually upgrading to the more efficient system like closed coupled units and direct to chip. So generally what we are actually trying to say here is this closed this direct to chip cooling and this closed coupled units, these are the best actually method in the market if you go for this type of the cooling systems. So these are our 6 cooling systems which generally works. Okay, so I hope you have learned it from this 6 type of the cooling system, that how these work actually. If you want to understand more on this, you can comment on my section. Even you can also go on the internet and you can check this type of the cooling system. So now in the next phase we will check what kind of the data center types. Okay, we will run with the data center types and class. So we will do this in the next phase. So thank you very much for this your time and seeing this my video and try to understand my content actually. Okay, I hope that you like this all actually. Please subscribe my channel, this one Techie, okay, -S, okay, and I am thankful to you for this. Please subscribe and please like and comment. See, I can understand I do not have the actually lab for this all those things, because I can make you understand only through this the graph, or you can say from the photos from this the in the written material. So I hope you can understand this, but this will definitely help you if you will understand this thing from the deep side of your from your knowledge side. So it will definitely help you. Thank you very much for your time for this, and very very thankful to you for this subscribing and like and commenting my channel. So thank you very much.